Hey guys, it's Morgan coming back to you with another weekly Shlog here at Highland Cycles. If you guys are new here, you just showed up because you watched a race video, a hard enduro video, a review video, test video, or whatever, and you got served this by YouTube. This is what we do every week. We try to release one of these every Monday. It's just a week in the life of a small motorcycle shop in Western Colorado. We're based in Montrose. We just work on dirt bikes. We work on lots and lots of them. Yes, there is a BMW 650, but it's kind of a dirt bike. And I guess there's a Grom too. But mainly dirt bikes and anything two-wheeled, really. So, yeah, if that sounds like fun, stick with us for this video. Check this thing out. Maybe think about subscribing. I gotta start these videos a little bit differently. I gotta mention the biggest sponsor of this channel is Rocky Mountain ATV MC. They are a huge supporter of this sport. We have an affiliate link in the description below. If you use that and you buy things from Rocky Mountain, it really helps this channel out. Also, all the other affiliates down there, please consider using those. All of the people in the description below are actual real supporters of this sport and this shop. If you want to get a hold of me, check out knowitals.com/p/Highland Cycles. Anyway, it's knowitals.com. It's in the link below. If you want to have a face-to-face one-on-one conversation with me, we can do that. I'm not really answering any more DMs and some phone calls and stuff like that here, and very few emails. It's just too much work. So comment on the video. I'll try to get back to you for that. And if you want to set up a one-on-one time, we can do that. Anyway, let's get after it. We are valving suspension today. I've already started, already done one fork and one shock. We got Honda stuff. There's the stuff that's already done over there. There's all the shims. And here's the mess that will get cleaned up and finished with this fork. So join me as we dive in. All right, guys, so we got this fork apart. And I want to show you something because I knew this was wrong with this fork. Normally, right now, if we push down on this, that little piece would stick up because the cartridge is pressurized, sealed, and anyway, the cartridge seal and this thing's leaking. So I'm going to show you how to replace that cartridge seal. It's a whole thing. But yeah, it's kind of a pain. When they're like this, they're really a pain in the butt to get apart because normally you push that down, put the holder on the rod, do the thing. Can't do that because it doesn't want to stay up. So let me show you. So you gotta hold it like that. Then try to, there we go. Get that 17 on there. That out of the way. Huh. And this is even weird because the spring is stuck in there. So that's fun. Take this thing, see if we can hook it. All right, guys, so that spring is not coming out of there. Whee! So we're going to take the lug off the bottom of the tube and see what's going on. I don't know what's going on. So going to chalk this up here, going to heat this up really good. We took the little, there's a pin right there, like a Allen. It's the only one that kind of just pins it in place so it can't come loose. Got that out. Yeah, here we go. Hot enough. If not, we'll heat it more. Oh, yeah. There we go. A thread locker they use on this stuff, guys, is no joke. So if you're doing this and you're turning it and it starts to get hard again, heat it up again, because it could be that it just cooled off. and it's set up, but I don't know. It is still stuck in there. That's where the pin, I think. Although, I figured it out. Aha! I figured it, son of a mother. Anyway, so I figured it out. So you see that dent? What's that? See that dent right there? I thought at first that was from the little Allen pin, but it's not. That's not at all that, because it would be, first of all, further down and in the threads where it would have hit. I can't even see where it would go. Also, that is way bigger than the thing. That, my friends, is from a fork guard bolt that's too long. They used the wrong bolt, went in and it bent this, and that is why that spring is stuck. That's going to be really interesting to deal with. And you can see, actually, I don't know if you guys can see it, there's another mark right there. Ah, man, the things we learn. I don't know what we're going to do about that. Yeah, look at that. There you go, guys. My guess is maybe it got stripped and someone put a longer bolt to, catch for the threads. Don't do that. That is not the way to fix this. F. All right, guys. Dug through our bone pile. And this might work. It looks like it's the same. It's a different era bottom lug, but the tube might be the same, because my problem is I could probably get the spring out of here by just driving it. I don't know. It might be really hard, but it might be able to knock it the heck out of there. But I can't get this out because there's a collar that goes in there. I don't think it comes out. Yeah, pretty sure it's all machined together. If it's not, I have no way of getting this apart. Anyway, so I can't get in there and knock that, because it doesn't matter. Like, the seal will never come here, but I can't beat it out to keep the other spring from causing that. So let's see. This looks an awful lot like this tube. Well, we're gonna have to take it apart and see. All right, guys, these look identical, and he just got real lucky. So this one actually has maybe a little bit of deformation. It does right there, but not nearly as bad. Let's make sure. All right, guys, this one spring slides in and out just fine. So this is our new spring. We gotta make sure this isn't compromised from the heat. It looks actually really good, and it's all nice and pliable, no problems. They're made for heat, these O-rings. So that's good. Happy about that. Yeah, you can see the difference here, guys. So there's a little bit of a dent. There's the big dent. That's all it takes. So don't run your fork guard bolts in too far, and don't run longer ones than normal. Lesson learned. All right, now I gotta go do a bunch of cleaning and get all these threads super, super clean so that I can use some thread locker and all that stuff and it'll all work. And anyway, I'll be back. Put a little Allen back in as kind of just, it's just really just a safety to make sure it doesn't come loose, but the thread locker is going to keep it from moving at all. But that little Allen, just a little tiny bit of belt and suspenders, I call it. All right, guys, we've got the cartridge all apart. I didn't show you that. That's pretty simple, but we got to get this piece. So you can see how this is a separate piece from this. We got to get this piece out. It's threaded in here, and then they've got these peened holes. We got to drill those holes out because there's actually, there we go. Now, we're just going to set this on slow. We're just going to come in here and drill this out. And it's super soft, guys. So you don't need to go nuts. Hey guys, I want to jump in here real fast. If you've seen a few of our videos and you have not yet subscribed, hit the freaking subscribe button, okay? Back to the video. There we go. That's through. Now we're going to do the rest of them. And then we're going to heat this thing up and spin it off. It's got an Allen on this side, so we're going to put an Allen in here. We'll spin it off. Let me get all those peen holes, or peening out. All right. So, seal, no good. All right, guys. Want to get this super nice and dry. That's why I use brake cleaner on it. Get new sealant, not the seal. You don't want the seal dry. You want the threads dry. Because when you use thread locker of any kind, you want the threads nice and dry. All right. There we go. I use plenty of thread locker because you're not going to foul anything up as long as you, when we put this all together, as long as you clean everything really good, you're not going to mess anything up by having too much. And it also is an anaerobic sealer. So we got a new O-ring on here, but it'll help just make sure everything is sealed up nice and tight. There we go. I'm going to get all that stuff off the excess. Get all the excess off of that. And we take this piece, put it back on here. We got the circlip we'll get back on. It's easier with it held in a vise. Cartridge, all sealed up, happy, ready to go. Now I'm going to set this out of the way. I'm going to valve everything. I've showed you guys that plenty of times. Let me quick show you what we're dealing with if you're new here. So we're a TBT shop, Tuning by Travis. We are official licensed shop doing full revalves and everything. What we're going to do is we're going to take this compression valve here, which is super, super stiff. The other one, I already did the other fork. It's gnarly. And then do that, and then valve that, and then we got our mid-speed valve here. It's an interesting setup, man. I'm not sure if someone did this before or what, but anyway, we got lots of work to do. So, gonna get this all dialed in, put it all back together, and we'll get on to the next job. All right, guys, next on the lift is this 04 300 EXC. This is of the era of KTM that I would have said you couldn't even give me that bike. And actually, it's not because of the motor. The motors on these things are actually really, really good. I mean, they shake compared to the new ones, but man, they made a ton of low-end power. They're really good. Seem to be really, really strong, durable and all that. But to me, these chassis were absolutely horrid. I was riding YZs at the time, and to me, these things were terrible. But they are a very good motorcycle, especially if you're not like trying to go super fast, just trail riding, whatever. They're actually pretty darn good and affordable. And actually, the suspension, the thing I didn't like about it was the PDS. They had not figured out the angle on the shock and the valving and all. Anyway, the internals of the shock was not up to the standard that the new PDS are. But the forks are actually good. They're old school open chamber fork. They're really, really good, really tunable. And actually, guys are using these forks on newer bikes sometimes because they actually work really well, especially in the rocks and stuff. This one is here because it does not run. It's been sitting for too long. I believe the carburetor is probably going to be disgusting, so I got the seat and the tank off of it. Air filter looks good. It's actually, you can feel oil on it. Way to go. Super happy to see that. So now I'm going to take the silencer off, flip the subframe up, and get that carburetor off, and we'll get it over to the bench. All right, guys, got her carburetor off. This is hands down the easiest way to deal with this situation. On a two-stroke, super simple. Pipe comes off, especially these old carbureted ones. You know, silencer comes off, loosen clamp on air boot, loosen the subframe bolts, take the bottom subframe bolts out, loosen these ones up, spin it up, get it out of the way, pops off, plenty of room, all good to go. And if you guys could smell what I smell, you would know exactly what's wrong with this carburetor. It smells like old gas, which is not a surprise. This gentleman has a few motorcycles, and I think this one doesn't get ridden as much. And so yeah, we're gonna get it dialed in. All right, here's our carb, and you can actually, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's like kind of yellowish. That's a good indication that the gas in there is no good. Nice thing about two strokes is that the oil and the gas really does help stabilize it. So this is probably not just horrible in here. So definitely some sludge, but not bad. Yeah, I don't even think we need to run through the ultrasonic. I think a little brake clean and some elbow grease, and we're gonna be good to go. Pop this pilot jet out. Take a look at it. Definitely clogged shut, so that is all the way clogged shut. So I'm able to blow a little air through it right now, but we put our straw on our brake clean. You're probably wondering why I'm not using this. It's because we're out of our bulk, which should hopefully be here today or tomorrow. I don't know, very soon. Honestly, the straw on the end of these helps a bunch. Boom, there we go. There we go. Nice and clean. Now, let's try. Main jet. Nice and clean. I'm going to take this. And I'm going to clean this really good. I'm going to see if I have another flow ball gasket because this looks pretty flat. And I don't want it to leak when I get it back on there. Guys, that is being a little stubborn, so we're going to put that in the ultrasonic. Might as well dump the whole thing in there and then we'll clean it all out. All right, while that carburetor is cooking, getting nice and clean, The other issue we have is a rear brake that does nothing. So fluid looks disgusting. I'm sure there's air in the line. We're gonna try bleeding it. I have one of these things. Actually, Zach got one of these things first, and I got so psyched about it. It's like a Mighty Vac giant syringe. These things are sweet. So what we're gonna do is first we're gonna put this on here. Oh, that. I'm gonna tip it uphill. There we go. And go grab an 8. Thanks to our toolbox widgets, everything are super organized in here. They've actually got a new widget coming out. We're going to get the first ones as our affiliate guys. We're going to get some. Check them out. I'm really excited to show you guys those because they're supposed to be a level up from those, and those ones are already awesome. So now we're just going to crack this thing. Oh boy. Seriously. There we go. Now we'll see if anything moves with it cracked. Doesn't. So there we go. Now we're getting some movement. You guys probably can't see that. Oh, look at that. Bubbles. Ooh, I like seeing that. Ooh, more bubbles. And we're drawing fluid down up there. Ooh, lots and lots of bubbles. There we go. All right. Should have already gotten the brake fluid, but we're going to go get some brake fluid. Favorite brake fluid, guys, Motul RBF 600. It's great. Honestly, most brake fluid is just fine, but this stuff is really, really good. High boiling point. Yeah, whatever. It's just really good. And the nice thing about using the syringe is it just, the plunger pushes up, makes room, just keeps making room for it. So I'm gonna set you guys down so I can like pump, close, or close it, pump, let some out, and so make sure no bubbles go back, and just see if I can get some brake pedal feel. All right, guys, now I have good brake pedal feel right now, and honestly, we could probably stop it, it'd be fine, but I like to move a whole bunch of fluid through the lines, make sure we get all that old stuff out. All right, guys, I had to pull the 300 off the lift because after looking at that float, the float bowl gasket, and a couple other things, I really want a kit for that thing to have all the rubber parts, and we don't have one, unfortunately. Normally we do, because it's just an old 36mm key in, but didn't have one, so that's off the lift for now. It's over there, sad. That's all right. But the next job on the lift is this 350 XCF. It's a 2017, and we're doing a ton of cool stuff for this. So rebuilding the shock, rebuilding the forks, all just maintenance, nothing wrong with them. And then we got a fuel leak and an oil change, and something else. He says it's leaking in this area, so I might fire it up. It's like really dirty right there. If it's leaking there, that's pretty normal. There's an O-ring on there that they get cut because this connection, it's cool, it's a nice connection, it works pretty good, but if you're not real careful, and even if you are careful, sometimes you just tear those O-rings, so it's probably leaking there. So we'll get that sorted out, and then like I said, we're going to do forks and shock and all that stuff. I'll bring you guys in for the highlights. All right, guys, got the shock rebuilt. Nothing special there. I've got plenty of videos on rebuilding the shock, so all went well. Left the piston style reservoir on it. We didn't valve it, so no bladder conversion, but we did that. It's all good. And I think, guys, I found the reason for the leak. Oh, there we go. You can see that little, hold on, focus. There we go. See that little tear? That'll do it. So get a new one of those, put that on there, put the tank back on, and then we're gonna do fork seals. All right, guys, we got the forks off this bike. These are the 17s. I think those are the original AER Forks. So we're gonna be changing fluid and seals and bushings in both of them, but then this one we're gonna take care of the air chamber. But I'm gonna do it the way we normally do it, which is just adding oil to here. I'll show you what I'm doing when I get to that. But You can take it all apart, and honestly, every now and then that is a good idea to disassemble the whole thing. But these old ones are kind of crappy in the way they come apart. Anyway, it's not as good as the updated design. Also, by putting a little bit of 1040 motor oil in there, I know it sounds crazy, but just a little bit of 1040 motor oil in there. And the reason we use motor oil and 1040 weight is that it's sticky and it sticks to the sides of the air spring and helps lube up that seal, and it keeps it lubed for a very, very long time. Unlike the grease they put in there, which is good for a little bit, but eventually it pushes all the grease out of the way and it doesn't lube anymore. So we'll put a little bit of oil in there. We're going to change the seals. I'll bring it in if I find anything crazy important in it, but we will be, quick plug, got to pay the bills here, guys, using our clicker koozie. These are available on our website. Also, they're available from Intech USA. They have them. They're selling them for us now too. This thing is awesome, guys. So when you flip these things upside down to take them apart, this just goes there, and you put it down in the pan or on the floor, whatever, and that protects the clicker. So you don't have to remove that. And also fits obviously on this side. Got to kind of, it's a tight fit, which is nice. It stays on there. So anyway, these things are sweet, guys. Yeah, check them out. Highland-cycles.com or Intech USA. All right, guys. So I got the right fork all done. That's the damping side. It's like all the other ones. Then again, this is the air spring, and it's actually moves pretty freaking smoothly. It must be still pretty well greased. I don't think this bike has a ton of time on it, but there is a little bit of stiction right there at the beginning. Let me show you what we're gonna do. All right, got some 1040 motor oil. We're not adding that much. That's just so I'm not dealing with the tiniest amount. Now, what we're gonna do, see if I can aim this camera better. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna push down on this and pour oil in there as we let it come back up. And it's messy, that's why there's a pan down here. Catch any extra of this. I'm just gonna go let it suck that in, and it'll come down. And really, it's just a few cc's we're putting in here, guys. Now, it is very oily. I'm gonna put our valve core back in before we clean it. So we don't get a bunch of brake clean in there and undo all that work we just did. It would probably evaporate out of there even though it's closed up, but all right, and once you really bounce that around a little bit, you'll notice a big difference. If you guys have AER Forks, I highly recommend this mod. It really helps a ton. So, all right, there we go. Now, I don't know what he's been running. We're going to put like 150 in it, and then he can adjust it from there. All right, that'll get us to line pressure, which is stiff, about 110 over here. Put this thing together, and then we'll finish it off. So that's how that clicker koozie works. You can just set it down, nothing gets hurt. Yeah, I like this. From ya, hey ya, yo. All right, guys, next on the lift is a set of KYB forks from YZ450FX from our dear friend Ian Leeming of Enduro Ranch. Guys, if you ever want to come out and ride here and you want a guide slash coach, Enduro Ranch is the people to call. Ian is great. I'll put his number here on the screen, and I'll try to remember to put it in the description. If I don't, Google Enduro Ranch, get a hold of those guys. Brett is over on the Front Range. Ian's over here on the Western Slope. And dude, they're amazing. Ian's an amazing rider and coach. And then they also have a permit to actually guide you around. I don't have a permit. You can't pay me to guide you around. And honestly, I'm too busy to guide people around anyway. That's why I do our Thursday night rides. Anyone is welcome to come ride with us on Thursday nights. But honestly, weekends, things like that are for me and my family. So yeah, anyway, give these guys a call. They're amazing. Also, like I said, on top of just the guiding thing, they can coach you. Ian can really, really help with your riding if you need help. So it's awesome. Anyway, going to do a set of forks. Turns out this whole Shlog is all about suspension. We're going to be putting SKF seals and maybe these bushings. He got these from someone else. He has a great relationship with the other dealership in town, so he sometimes buys parts from us, sometimes buys parts from them. He always has us do the work. Whatever that says about that. But anyway, I like the seals. These Intex, I guess they're not SKF. These Intech bushings, I've not had the best luck. Sometimes they fit, sometimes they don't. I don't love them. SKF has come out with their own bushings, and I have a set of those that fit these forks if we need to use them. I will check these. If they fit good, we're going to run them. If they don't, we'll not run them. These are just normal SSS forks, guys. I'm not going to show you guys anything unless I find something crazy. Actually, I will show you the condition of the oil, though, because he brought them in. They have 193 hours on these forks, so it could be interesting. There you go, guys. That's it seeping into the last suspension oil. That's gross. We'll get this thing up here and apart, and then we'll take a look at what's inside the damper.
Big ass speed, so it was very uncool to have large speed.
That is hilarious. There we go, guys. That is disgusting. These forks are going to work so much better. And since it's this disgusting, we're going to go further on our cleaning and service work here. Because if it comes out nice and clean, I don't always take the mid-speed valve out. But we're doing it because that is gross. And we're going to clean this up really, really good. All right, now that's super clean. Now we got to clean the inside of this thing so we don't contaminate that bag up. All right, guys, that's the end of the week, the end of the Shlog. Make sure you think about subscribing. I know there's a lot of you watching that have seen a few of our videos and you have not yet subscribed. Consider hitting that subscribe button. We're trying to grow this channel to over 100,000 subscribers. We got a long way to go, so we need a ton of your help. If you feel like you got some actual value out of this content, comment below. Let me know what you learned, what you liked, what you didn't like, what you want to see more of, what you want to see less of, all that good stuff. You need to make sure you get out, spread the gospel of two wheels, and I desperately hope that what we're doing here at Highland Cycles is inspiring you guys to work on, but more importantly, get out and ride your dirt bikes! Hey guys, I want to jump in here real fast. If you've seen a few of our videos and you have not yet subscribed, hit the freaking subscribe button, okay? Back to the video.